Hello dear friends, welcome to this class. Today we shall continue the plant breeding and today's topic is domestication of plants. Before starting the topic, I will try to speak few words about this domestication. The plants we are cultivating now or the animals we are domesticated, the plants we are domesticated and we human itself, are we the same as we were before? Humans were actually apes in a wild condition. Now we are a well-cultured human being. Plant species also in wild condition we were behaving very differently than we are now. In the similar way, our plants and animals also behaves differently in the wild condition. What did this make change? How did this change came from? Obviously, the nature is very dynamic. What did this dynamic sense means? Let's try to find some answers in this class. Let's see the definition of the domestication. It is very simple. From the name itself, we can define the process of bringing wild species of plants into human management. Here, we are the one who need food, so we have brought those wild species and domesticated them and altered their genetic sequence as we want from them. The present day cultivated species of plants have been derived from wild weedy species. Thus, from this prehistoric time, they have a very long ancestral background for every species we are cultivating now. Sometimes we actually don't know how did this parent look like. In a few plants, we can exactly define the parents of these cultivated species is this wild species, but in many species you cannot even define, you just can't imagine how those parental plants will look like. Especially in the maize, you cannot just imagine how did the conditions of the maize came from. The changes has occurred, friends. The changes has occurred from the wild species to domestic species. We have, that is, just understand that the characteristics of wild species we have altered them to our condition, to our needs. That is what we do in plant breeding. If we have a plant, we try to concentrate on one character that is required, that is favored by human being. That's what happened in the domestication of plants. How did this change came from? I said we have domesticated, but there are hands of nature also. Selection, friends. Selection is a very important process that we are handling, or the that is acting on these plant species, that is responsible for this dynamic world. This selection is continuously acting on each and every individual of this, they are present on this earth, and it is continuing from the prehistoric time to now and from today to the end of this world. That's why we say it is, the nature is dynamic, it is changing. What is that change? That is the selection. Selection is mainly in two ways. That is, one is the natural selection and the artificial selection. Natural selection is acting on every species. Artificial selection, we are the very selfish human beings who want a certain character or favor from these plant species, that we are acting on them. Let's see about the natural selection and the artificial selections now. Okay friends, now let's see the natural selection. What happens in this natural selection? First, let's see the definition. Genotypes more suited to a given environment leave behind more progeny than the less adapted one. This means, let's try to discuss. See, these are the plant species are grown naturally in a certain area or in a certain habitat and all. Let's think this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one grown very well in this environment, and they have very well reproductive capacity in this area, and the environment for the growing of these plants are very good in this habitat. Then the progenies that are produced by these plant species, they retain in this area, and if these don't survive, if the nature of the plant does not favor the survivability, it just goes off. That is, it won't leave behind in that area. That's what we have said here. Genotypes more suited to a given environment, leave behind more progeny. These survivable plants leave behind more progeny than the less adapted ones. These are the less adapted ones. This will just go off, or in the natural selection we say the plants that have the capacity to live in that habitat will continuously live in that, which doesn't have the capacity, just it is the survival of the fittest. A plant that is growing in a Malnad region can't be grown in a desert area, then it will not be available, it does not survive there. That's what, in that condition the plant that can survive in the desert will survive. That's what the natural selection is meant. And here we have a considerable amount of variability. The plants that are continuously growing in that area won't be preferable to a certain character, or doesn't even prefer only to fruit or only to a certain conditions, certain character. It doesn't suit. There are mixture of the variability do occur in these plant species. That's what we said. Natural selection retains the considerable variability among them. Now let's see the artificial selection. Let's see the definition. Man exerted considerable selection on the domesticated plant species, and they are selected for the best suited his needs. Here also let's take an example. Consider this is a plot. We have species 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's think this. And here maybe these 12 are also very well suited to this environment, and they grow very well in this condition, but still man selects only few. Let's see this 3 gives very good yield. 3, 8, 12, 1 gives a very good yield. Then he prefers these plants and selects 1, 3, 8, 12, because to favor his needs. His need is the requirement of the more food grain, that is the yield is more in these species, so he selects this. And here it doesn't consider any variability, and the variability will not be much occurring in these species. The variability goes on reducing, and the artificial selection that were practiced in the prehistoric time were not scientifically based. Now we do consider some artificial selection, but nowadays we do prefer to work on these artificial selection scientifically. We follow some principles, we retain the parent species, but at that time this was not done. Only the selections were done which were favoring their needs. That's what happened in the prehistoric time. And by this I end this video. Thanks for watching this video. Please do follow me on my Instagram account, Time to be Intellectual, Facebook, Time to be Intellectual, and please subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to get notified. Thank you.